Hello everyone, and welcome back to Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. If you find today's story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an echo from the past. Today we'll walk you through the harrowing tale of the 2019 Nairobi DusitD2 hotel bombing, a brutal terror attack that claimed the lives of 21 people and left many more scarred by its aftermath. The 2019 Nairobi DusitD2 attack, a detailed narrative setting the stage. On the 15th of January 2019, in the well-to-do Westlands area of Nairobi, Kenya, stood the DusitD2 complex, a six-building mixed-use development that included offices, restaurants, shops, and a luxury hotel. This area was considered relatively secure and catered to both locals and expatriates. Kenya had already experienced several large-scale attacks in prior years, most notably the Westgate Mall attack in 2013 that killed 67 people. Security protocols were strengthened after that, but the 2019 attack would prove how ruthless and meticulous terrorist groups can be in breaching even fortified zones. The attack unfolds early explosion and entry. At around 14:30 local time, UTC+3, the assault began with a suicide bombing near or inside a restaurant lobby of the complex. Simultaneously or in quick sequence, grenades were thrown at parked cars near the entrance, setting them ablaze, and a vehicle rigged with explosives was detonated near the complex. CCTV footage later showed 4 black-clad gunmen arriving, then splitting into 2 pairs. One pair moved toward the restaurant where the initial blast had occurred, the other pair moved to the office block side of the complex. Inside, the gunmen randomly opened fire on guests, staff, and people in offices as they worked their way through multiple floors. Reports mentioned grenades tossed, gunfire exchanged, and chaos as people scrambled for shelter. Prolonged siege. What followed was a siege that lasted well over 12 hours, stretching from the 15th of January into the early hours of the 16th of January. Kenyan security forces, including elite units, were deployed to clear the complex, floor by floor, room by room. By about 3:30 a.m. local time on the 16th of January, authorities declared that the operation had ended and all attackers had been neutralized. Over 700 people were evacuated from the complex, many injured. Casualties and impact officially, at least 21 civilians lost their lives in the attack. In addition, one Kenyan security officer was killed, and all 5 attackers also died during the operation. Many more, around 30 or more, were injured, some critically. Among the dead were nationals of Kenya, the United States, the United Kingdom, and others of African origin whose precise nationalities were not immediately identified. One American, Jason Spindler, was confirmed among the casualties. Over time, one more individual critically injured, a hotel nurse named Noel Kitaliza, succumbed to her wounds in early 2020, bringing some counts to 22. The aftermath was traumatic for survivors. Many reported persistent anxiety, PTSD, and fear entering public spaces or large complexes again. The memory of blood, shattered glass, and the sounds of gunfire haunted many for months. Investigation, claim, and legal aftermath. The terror group Al-Shabaab, based in Somalia, claimed responsibility via its Shahada news agency. They claimed the attack as retaliation following then U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. International bodies, including Interpol, assisted Kenya with forensic, biometric explosive analysis and cyber forensics on devices recovered. Investigators arrested several people believed to have provided logistical, financial, or identity assistance to the militants. In June 2025, a Kenyan court sentenced 2 men, Hussein Mohammed Abdili and Mohammed Abdi Ali, to 30 years in prison for aiding the attackers, providing forged documents, escape routes, and financial help. The judge noted that without such facilitators, the attack might not have succeeded. Why this attack mattered. 1. Terror beyond borders. DusitD2 showed that even areas previously considered safe can be vulnerable to meticulously planned terror operations. 2. Symbolic targeting. The complex catered to expatriates, elites, and foreigners, signaling that the attackers sought global attention and leverage. 3. Protracted nature. The extended siege tested Kenya's counterterrorism, rescue, and forensic capacities. 4. Legal precedents. The 2025 convictions reflect evolving judicial resolve to prosecute not only direct attackers, but also those who enable terror networks. A key fact-check note. All facts presented here are drawn from credible sources. multiple news outlets, official reports, and academic analytical coverage. Still, in fast-moving or conflict zones, casualty and detail figures can shift as investigations proceed. Always consult recent primary sources when verifying. If you found this deep dive insightful, do hit like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue bringing you stories where history whispers and we listen. Thank you for tuning in. https://n.wikipedia.org/wiki/Nairobi_complex_attack?UTM_source=chatgpt.com Nairobi DusitD2 complex attack.